Hello and welcome to Subnautica Below Zero. Well, we're playing this game in hardcore mode, and yeah, I'm going to have to be extremely careful when it comes to going outside now. It's a case of it's very easy to get distracted and not pay attention to the O2 meter, for instance. So it's a one strike and that's it, you're out. So I'm going to have to be extra careful now while I'm playing this game. But anyway, in the previous episode, we went over to Delta Station and we learned a ton of blueprints to be able to make a base. So that's the plan for today. And I am actually tempted to build a sea truck, I must admit. I was just having a look. I mean, the requirements aren't that bad, I must admit.
Seek fluid intake.
Okay, thanks for the reminder. That is one other thing actually in hardcore mode. I don't get that sort of reminder for O2. So yeah. Anyhow, the requirements for building this sea truck aren't actually that bad, but yeah, the thing is the base makes a big difference to the gameplay. So that's what we're going to focus on. So I'm just going to pin some things. Now, normally I like to build a base and I like to put the foundations down because you get some seriously good reinforcements. But I'm going to try a slightly different strategy this time round, which means I'm definitely going to need these hull reinforcements here. They'll need lithium, and lithium it's actually pretty easy to get a hold of in this game, especially even when you're starting out. Most of these though, they're going to need things like glass, which means you're going to have to find a lot of quartz. But it's this thing, even though at the start when you don't have a heads-up display for the scanner room and you can't see what the scanner sees, it's not too bad in the sense I can still use like an actual camera drone to go and find things, and that'll come in handy when we get down to building, say, the depth upgrade module, because that needs diamonds to build that enamel glass, and that's something that the actual scanner room can pick up. But before you even go anywhere, the first thing I've got to do is get that habitat builder built, and then I'm going to find somewhere to actually build this. Now I'm just going to go out to the Twisty Bridges because I don't want to go too far from this pod, because at the moment it's a case of this is the only place I can make food. So in fact actually that's another good reason to build a base, is because while we were over at Delta Station I got these blueprints for plant pots. Now I can't build them in here, but I can build them in a base, and it means I'll be able to grow my own food. So I'm going to go out, have a bit of a wander around and start looking for all the resources that I need, because I need quite a few. I mean, we're talking copper, we're talking silver. Copper's not too bad, it's just a case of going around amongst all of the actual limestone outcroppings. Silver, we should be able to find some of that over where the Delta Station dock is over there. So then it's just a case of finding the ribbon plants. Now the ribbon plants, they tend to be, usually they're under these kind of like these little cave systems that we've got close by the actual base. There are some that I know of near the Twisty Bridges. So you've just got to look for places like this, and you'll usually find quite a lot of this ribbon plant. But it's a case of, yeah, a bit of a grind job. I'm going to have to go out and search them. Actually, first thing I'm going to have to do is get some food and water, actually. So
seek fluid intake immediately.
Yeah, I know. I can see my meters going seriously down. So there you go. Priorities have changed. First priority is food and water. Then we're going to go in search of all these different resources. See you shortly. Well, I managed to get my resources to make a battery. So I've come over to the Twisty Bridges because I need to make a CPU chip. So I'm looking for table coral. It's usually, oh, there's one there. You can just about see it just where I'm pointing to now, so it does stand out quite easily. The only trouble is I'm going to have to be really careful on the depth, because... Oh. Yeah, the trouble is, once you get below a certain depth, you run out of O2 extremely quickly.
Warning, passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Okay, doke. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, you just run out of O2 really quickly as soon as you're below 100 meters. Right, so I'm going to make a mad dash to the surface. So I've got my two table coral. So I now need to get some silver.
Dangerous weather approaching. Seek shelter.
Okay, I'll hide under the water. How about that? Now I need to make a wiring kit, and a good place to find silver is actually over here. Oh, there you go. There's some of the actual what we call ribbon plants. That's it. So whereabouts are we? We're kind of south of the actual pod. Cool. Oh no, I do remember passing over those. Yeah. Okay, so that was on the way to Delta Station. Right, I'm just going to head back to the surface. But yeah, there's a good place to get silver is these thermal vents. And it does stand out pretty well, I must admit, the argentite rocks. I mean, every time I wander over here, I'm always noticing these, you know, fragments for the actual seed truck as well, so they're pretty easy to get. But there's one of the argentite rocks there. Oh, got one. But while I'm here, I'm also going to keep an eye out. Oh, something's close by. I think it's calaverite rocks. Oh. Yeah, we've got some of that. So we've got some silver. So I need to find. I think they're called calaverite rocks. So that's for the gold. Because I need 2 copper to make a copper wire, and I need 2 table coral. And I need a piece of gold to make a CPU. Now the thing is, I'm just... Oh, there's one over there. Yeah, trying to spot these in the dark is extremely difficult. Silver, on the other hand, is very easy to spot in the dark, but the calaverite isn't. So there you go. Bit of a tip as to depend on which one you're looking for. So that's over there is the purple vents. But I've got what I need, so I'm going to head back to the actual life pod, because then I'll be able to make the actual habitat builder. And then we'll start making the base. So the reinforcements, I mean, lithium is actually quite easy to get around here as well, because that's not in a rock, it's just on its own, it's just a soft metal. It's just lying around on the surface. If you actually go over to the purple vents, it's a bit easier. There's quite a lot of it around there. But it's just a bit risky because there's some pretty serious leviathans over there. So there's a bit of lithium there I've just noticed. Oh! I can hear something. I can hear a few things actually now. Oh! Run away! Oh! Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it here. Right, let's. I think I'm just going to make a beeline for the back to that emergency pod. I'm not feeling comfortable here. I'm outside of my safety zone here. Right, so I'm going to head back to there. And then we'll make a habitat build. Then we're going to have a look for somewhere to actually build our base. Because there's one area I'm interested in, because it's quite close to... Well, it's going to be in the Twisty Bridges, that's for certain. Because I quite like this area, because it's a nice deep area. So it's good for like when you need to build your moon pool and what have you. Oh, jeez Louise. But there's a lot of fragments around here. There's a good source of resources. So there's somewhere I'm looking for if I can get my bearings. So let's see. So there's the vents over there. Ah, I think it's going to be over. I think it's around there where you've got this big loop. Because I'm not putting any foundations down, so there's a relatively flat area there I could use, but it's got a good drop off. What it's like on that side. Yeah, it's not too bad. I might go a bit deeper. I might go down to there actually. I might build it from there. trying to get my bearings. There's something I'm looking for along here. I do remember seeing something around here that was of interest. Ah, there it is, there. Right, I'll just head back to the surface. Because one of the places we need to get to is fire robotics. And that's a bit of a good clue for you, because there's this big sort of like electrical conduit that's basically snaking its way all the way back to where fire robotics is. So that's useful. But there is something else I'm looking for. I'll have to keep an eye out for it. And I'll have to pay more attention than this to the actual depth gate, because my O2 is running out and I'm not paying attention. I keep forgetting that. It's like, yeah, if I run out of health, that's it. It's game over. Somewhere around here, if I can just find it again. Ah, grr. I know it's out here somewhere. Where did you put it? Dev's put something really useful out here. I just can't find it. Boobar. Right, well I'll probably find it eventually. It's out here. It's out here somewhere. I know it is. It's definitely out here somewhere. I just need to find it. But I think that's where I'm going to build. Is down, probably down there. I think. Go back down again. So no, it's not there. Ah, there. That's what I'm looking for. Ha ha ha! I found it. This is what I'm looking for. Exterior grow beds. These are just brilliant. It's another sort of like big game changer, because once you can actually get the actual grow bed, you can grow, not surprisingly, things outside, including things like the ribbon plants. So it's a case of that makes a big difference. So we are, it's about 362 westish, kind of west from Delta Station, kind of south of where our drop pod is, pretty much south of that emergency supply. So it's head south between those two, just head south from there and you'll find it. That is just that's just brilliant, because every time I've normally played the game, what I've found is at some point I'll start to run out of, or find it difficult to find things like these ribbon plants. But once you get the grow bed, the exterior grow bed, you can then just start growing your own. There's nothing there I can scan. Yeah, right, okay. Right then. So that's not too bad to find, actually. Right, but so anyway, I need to head back to there and pay more attention to my O2 levels. Because I'm running out of batteries, as I'm going to have to get another battery now. Because that's another reason how the base is, you can then recharge your batteries. So we're going to head back there, we're going to build our habitat builder. I'm clearly going to have to build another battery. And then we'll head back over to here and start building our base. Right then, so we're back over at the actual Twisty Bridges. I've got my habitat builder, so I'm just trying to think of where to start building. I mean, that's a relatively flat area over there. Actually, that's a thought. What about the exterior grow bed? Interior, exterior. Can we go? Ah, yes. So I could actually just plonk one of these down there. Ah, cool.
The grow bed lets you grow plants and vegetables, providing flavorful options for evading scurvy.
Nice to know, although I must admit scurvy's the least of my problems at the minute. Right. Because what I can do is I can put some of these in there and they'll start growing. What I'll be able to do is chop them up, and then I can well, you get so many like seeds back, but you can then replant them. It's extremely handy, so you can keep so many and then just chop one up. So it's definitely useful. Now, that's a good sort of like drop-off point there. So I think what I'm going to do then is I think I'll build the main module there. I'm not going to bother with these sort of like foundations for a change. I'm going to try a different strategy. I don't think I've got enough titanium, so I'm going to have to go and find some titanium. But the plan is I want to use that to extend out into here. Although, oh, Struth. Not enough oxygen. At least I've got a new battery anyway, so that's a plus. So I can get back to using... Oh, actually, there's the thought. That's another thing I need to put down. I need to leave a beacon here. Otherwise, I'll never find the place. Right, so... put that into that slot there for now. Nope, didn't want to do that. So we'll pop that there. Now I can rename it if I can get round to the right side. Right, so that'll show up on my beacon manager now as the base. That's cool. Right, I'll put my little air bladder back there in case I need to dash back to the surface. So, I need some more titanium, then we'll get that finished. Actually, oh yeah, I can't. Yeah, that's a thing when you build these. You can't get, well, you can't sort of like lay the foundation down and extend, so you can't just keep adding foundation to foundation, if you will. You've actually got to build something if you want to add something to it. Well, now that is extremely useful. So it gets me some more titanium. Right, so let's head quickly back to the surface and then... because the idea is once I get that part there built and start adding oxygen in, this whole process will be a lot quicker. Right, so that's that bit built. So it's saying that the total structural integrity now is 8.8, and the problem is every time I add something onto it, it's going to weaken it, and if it goes below 0, you end up with leaks, holes in the actual place. So what I can do is I can just literally connect this hatch directly to the multi-purpose room, and that's dropped the integrity now down to 7.8. Now, if I mean, I can actually go inside.
Warning, emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
Yeah, so until we get O2, until we get some solar panels in there, or some other form of power, there's no oxygen in there. So that is one thing to bear in mind. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to tag one of these on, but it needs glass, so... can I go in? I'm going to go in that direction. Now, I don't have all the resources to build it. It's a bit of a pain in that I can't sort of like extend anything onto that. Until that part's built, I can't extend onto it. Yeah, you can see it's how it's red. Which is a bit of a shame. So it won't let me sort of like tag things on. So it's like I was saying, you can I was calling it a foundation, it's more like a template or a blueprint or something, but yeah, you can put these down one at a time, but until you build it, you can't actually do anything with it. So I'm going to have to head back to the drop pod over there. In the meantime, they're just going to carry on. Well, actually, they won't really grow because what I need to do is start chopping them up. So that got me 5 seeds, so I can put these seeds in there. I need to stop pressing the escape key. So if I chop that one up, then I can put these ones in. I may as well plant 2. Oh, may as well just plant the rest. I may as well just plant the rest. But those little seeds there will now start to grow. So I'm getting, like, for every one plant that I actually chop up, I'm getting 5 seeds back. So it's, yeah, it's very self-sustaining. But it means I'm going to have no more hassle going out looking for, like, ribbon plants, for example. They're just there. Right. I'm going to have to get some glass. So I'm going to start extending that a bit more. But only so far. So, see you in a while. Well, I've now built that part there, and I've extended it out a bit with this like junction box, if you will. So that is the X compartment. I don't know why in this particular version of Subnautica you can't get the glass equivalents of all these ones. I've got to stick to the titanium ones, but the trouble is it's weakening the actual hull integrity. I don't think it'll tell me what it is when I go inside.
Emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
Every time I add to the actual base, it does warn me and it tells me, you know, what the actual integrity is. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start building at least one solar panel on there, because once I've got power, I don't have this hassle of having to keep going back to the surface. So, I mean, I can build quite a bit from inside. So, what I'm going to do, I'll put one of these down. It doesn't really matter, you know, what direction they face. The game really doesn't care. So, I'll build that. I've got enough to make one. Ah, well, that's not too bad actually, because it's dark outside actually.
Power restored. All primary systems online.
Oh, cool. Good to know. So, I should be able to now go inside.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Thanks. So we're just about coping with the power supply. I mean, as I say, it is dark outside. So what I really need is more of them. But what I can do is I can start putting in extra items. I can start putting interior items in. The only thing is, well, I need to put the integrity in. I need to really improve the hull integrity of this base. And that's where these reinforcements come in. So if I build one of these, the problem is if I actually, let's say for example, I want to put some interior items in. If we go for a fabricator module, so I'm thinking, oh, I can put I want a fabricator module, so I'll start building that there. So I've just left the imprint, if you will, the little blueprint, so I know now I just need the resources to build it. But let's say what I need is a reinforcement. I can do it from outside and I can do it from inside, which is good. But you can see how that's red. It won't let me put that on. And the trouble is, once that item's actually built, it won't let me do it either, which is a pain. So what I want is, I'm just getting my bearings. I want at least 2 of them, because it really does beef up the integrity. So I'm going to put that there, but I don't have enough titanium. Now, interestingly enough, if I now put that in, it won't let me. And even though it's on a different panel, a different wall, it won't let me build another one until that one's finished either, which is kind of weird. I don't know why it does that, but anywho, I need to go and get more titanium, because my priority really is, I want to get these interior things put in as well, because I mean there's all sorts of really cool things. I mean, one of the main ones is the things like the battery charger, for example. I can put a fabricator in here. I can put a battery charger in, I can put these plant pots in, I can get myself some storage, some seriously good storage here. But one thing I can also do is I can then start expanding this base out, because one thing I really want actually is a bed. I want a little area where I can go and sleep, because it makes a real big difference for the game, for me anyway, when you're doing this sort of stuff and with videos, because when it's dark outside I can see pretty well, but yeah, it doesn't come back very well on video. So that'll make my life a bit easier, I must admit. Save me a lot of time, because I can just then go to bed and then I'll wake up, or at least Robin will wake up, and it'll be, you know, be a new day. So that'll make even doing the videos easier. So, I can tell there's obviously quite a lot of resources I need. So each of those needs about 3, so I'm going to look for quite a bit of titanium. And we'll get 2 of those built. Then we'll start focusing on things like the interior, things like the plant pots, expanding the base out so I can at least get somewhere to sleep, and then we'll be off to a good start. Now, incidentally, I've hardly been back here, and look at all that. I came back here after I'd gone over there to make the glass. I came back and these were all grown, and so I ended up chopping 2 up and then filling the actual grow bed. So yeah, you can see these ones. These are the last ones I've put in. And they're just growing at a really, really quick rate. But one thing I can do as well, I'll be able to put another one of those down, and I'll be able to then start growing things like the it's like the seaweed sort of stuff that you get. I keep forgetting what they're called. The clusters over there. The good thing about those is they're really good in the sense that, I mean, yeah, that when you chop these sort of things down, they do disappear. I don't know if they actually regrow or not. And it's a case of, by having the grow bed, I can just keep. I'll get a constant supply of them. I'll be able to regrow them. But these are quite good by having one of these particular creep vines. If I actually plant the seed versus the actual vine, what I'll then get is I'll get one of these that's actually got the seeds on it, and it actually lights your base up, which is really good. It really helps when it's dark outside. But anywho, I definitely need more solar panels. I mean, I'm kind of just getting by with 75 at the minute. But yeah, I'm going to have to gather quite a lot more resources. So, oh yes, I can say I'm running out of food and water as well, so I'll see you in a while. Well, I've added in some solar panels now, so we're up to 300 power. I've also got some extra titanium here, so I should be able to finish off this reinforcement here. So we'll see just how much of an improvement it makes just having this one reinforcement. Well, that's not too bad, so we're up to 11.8, so I do want to put one more in, so I'll just add that one to there. So I need some more titanium, but the plan is, I'll just unpin that. The plan is basically I'll be able to start doing the interior out. So it's just things like if I get a fabricator here, then I can start making the things here rather than having to go back to the emergency pod. So we're talking about making food and so on. I'll be able to put a battery charger up so I can recharge batteries. Storage, even just storage is a massive difference, so I don't have to keep going backwards and forwards to there. But even something simple as like just getting a plant pot, I mean, that's going to be a big change as well, because I'll be able to head over to, if I head over to Delta Station, we've got those little seeds that I'll be able to get, and I'll be able to start growing my own food. So I think, see, I've just expanded that out, and that's about it. So I'm going to have to get more resources. So the plan is I'll finish off my reinforcement, add in all the interior, and that pretty much gets us off to a good start. Although I still need one more multi-purpose room, because, well, yeah, I want a bed, I want somewhere to sleep. So I'm going to go off and gather all these resources. It's obviously going to take a while, but once I'm done, I'll bring you back. Right, and so now we're making some good progress. So I've got myself some storage now, and I've got my 2 little pots down there to grow things in. We've got ourselves a fabricator as well as a battery charger, so this is going to make a big difference to having that. The reinforcements, they're adding 7 to the hull integrity, so we're doing pretty well there. Now, what I was going to do was I was going to add in an extension here. Oh no, didn't want to do that. I was actually going to add in an extension. The trouble is what I'm finding. I've tried doing that. Yeah, there it is. Because I can build from the inside, which is good, but you can see it's red. And I'm starting to think, well, why is that? And it's basically because there's a solar panel getting in the way. So I'm going to have to deconstruct the solar panel first, which is a bit of a pain. That's okay, I've got enough ruin my inventory. Right, so I've got to take that off first before I can extend outwards. Then I just rotate with these. If it doesn't end up in the right, you know, if it's facing in the wrong direction, you can easily rotate it. So let's tag that in. So there, we've lost 2 hull integrity by doing that. Solar panels, I need to put my solar panel back. No, put that back up to 300 for the base power. Yeah, that's better. So yeah, I mean, I can build things from inside as well as from the outside. And quite frankly, I'd rather build from the inside if I can. But I've always got to keep an eye on that integrity. Every time I add something, I'm reducing the hull integrity. But at least you get a warning and it tells you. And if you do go too far, well, yeah, you're going to be in deep duty, because then it's going to, the base will start to get punctured. It'll start to get water pouring in, and then it's a case of you've got to fix the hull integrity. Otherwise, you're doomed. Actually, that's a thought. I could tag that up there, really, when I think about it. I was going to put one there, but you can see how I can build it outside. But I think actually what I might do, because it's actually near the surface. Now the only drawback is I've realised I can't, because that's on top, I can't get to it without going outside now. If it had been like on there, I'm pretty sure you can actually do it that way. Let's have a curiosity, let's do that. Because that's just a template, really. Let me grab some titanium. Yeah, I think that's just because it's literally up top. I can't reach it physically, so it won't let me touch it. So if I build that there... No, is that... It is touching. As far as I was aware, you could do it literally the whole thing from the inside, but it's not letting me do that. Yeah. Oh well, bang goes that theory. Never mind. Right, well, I'm gonna build this one. Now I'll get a warning as soon as I do this. Let's see there. Yeah, down to 15.5. So I think I'll just make my bed here for now. So what I do need is a way to get there. So I need a ladder. So you've got choices normally. So oh yes, I can put it in the middle. Let's do it there. Although, yeah, I suppose it's not too bad. Kind of like limits my options if I put it in the middle, though. Yeah, I don't think that's such a good idea. Put it over here. So then that way it's on the ladder's literally outside, on the side. So then what I can do... Just trying to think, I'm trying to get my bearings here. Alright, the ladder's over on that side. Right, so I think we'll build ourselves a bed. Now that needs fibre mesh. Oh, being fussy. So I need 2 titanium and fibre mesh. So that's pretty easy enough to get. So there's our titanium straight away. So if I head over to those grapevine clusters, speaking of which, actually, there's a thought. If I do... it's an exterior one, isn't it? So if I build that there, I will have to go out and get some more titanium, I must admit, but this is just going to save me a bit of hassle later on. One thing I've noticed is if you're looking for things like quartz, that place around where you get like the ice area just further beyond the actual emergency supply cache, if you head out there, it's very easy to find crystal out there. There tends to be quite a lot out there. I say crystal, it's actually quartz. Right. Let's just head back. The only reason I put that away because I could hear that sea monkey and I thought, oh, it's going to come and steal my Oh! Oh, speaking of quartz. Yeah, I thought it was going to come and steal my That's the trouble when you're not paying attention. Oh, that was close. Whew, that was too close for comfort, that. Right, so what I can do actually is I'll be able to grow these now. So if I put that in there and that in there, they'll start to grow.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Thanks. Right, what do I need to make fiber mesh? Oh, I need 2 of them. Oh, foobar. Yeah, I need 2 of those things, don't I? Okay, I'll go back and get one. I'd rather leave those ones to grow because it's a case of one of them will end up. You see there, you can see the slight difference. Now that one doesn't have it's not growing the seeds, and it does that. Whereas that one's grown from seed, and will end up with the actual light as well. So that's pretty good for your base. That saves you. I mean, remember back in the early days of Subnautica, you used to try and light your base up, and it consumed a lot of power. But it's just natural light, so it's extremely useful. So all I've got to do, I mean, I could just keep going back and chopping up more, I suppose, and then plant them, but you can see they're growing really quickly. Right, so we'll be able to make ourselves some fibre mesh. Just wondering if I've got enough titanium in there in storage. Yay! Extremely convenient that was. Oh, hang on. Our bed's up there, isn't it? So I can now make a bed and I can go to sleep. She doesn't say much, I must admit. So if we now go back, see, it's a new day. So there you go. So at least we're off to a pretty good start, I'd say. I mean, I'll just go do it off camera. I'll go and get some of those shrubs, horseshoe shrubs, I think they are, over from Delta Station over there. Then I can start growing my own food. But I think I'll probably start focusing on things like I mean, there's the sea truck, there's the scanner, so there's quite a lot I can still do before we start continuing with our little adventure. That's all for another episode.